Clary Frey is new to the Shadowhunter world. With her mother hiding everything about her family from her, she just learned that she had the blood of angels and was made to fight demons and protect mundanes. Unfortunately, she chose an awful time to join the new community. Years ago, there was a group called the Circle who made it their goal to put an end to Downworlders. The Clave realized until it was too late that they were a huge threat. Luckily, the Circle was stopped and the leader, Valentine Morgenstern, disappeared. No one saw him again until recently, going after the Mortal Cup. Valentine is revealed as Clary and Jace's father in the last book, earning mixed emotions from both of them. Jace is thrown off course when his adoptive mother, the person he stayed with since he was 8, threw him out of the institute. Maurice was an old Circle member, and remembering how blindly she followed Valentine, she could not stand the thought of having his son with her. She accuses Jace of being his father's spy and is cast out. This crashes hard on him and he starts a fight with a wolf pack in his grief. Luckily, Clary and Luke talked him into going back to the institute to talk to Maurice. There were random attacks around the city, Downworlders being found drained of blood. When they arrive, the vampire leader is talking with Maurice about the matter. Raphael, the vampire, soon leaves and they try to convince Maurice to give Jace a chance. The Inquisitor, the investigator for the Clave, is introduced and blatantly shows her disdain toward Jace, or, for lack of a better word, his father. Simon is also about to turn into a vampire and has no idea that his transformation is halfway through. He does turn into a vampire halfway into the book when they visit the Seelie Court, the home of the Seelie Queen. He went to the Hotel Doomert, the vampire hideout, and was attacked. Because he already drank vampire blood, the only thing that needed to happen was for a vampire to drink his blood. As Luke says, everyone needs a parent figure in their life, someone to support them. That is the only explanation he can find as to why Jace went to visit Valentine. There is no battle, but Jace gets to see just how powerful his father actually is when holding the mortal sword. Unfortunately, the Inquisitor soon finds out and sets her wrath upon him. There's a whole bunch of chasing and in the end, the Inquisitor actually saves Jace and sacrifices her life. When they face Valentine's army, other Shadowhunters are there with them. Clary and Jace search for their father and Clary unleashes her newfound power, destroying Valentine's hideout. Now we're going to interview Simon Lewis. What made you go to Hotel Doomert?
Well, at the time, strange things were happening to me. I was getting the symptoms, like fear of sunlight and loss of weight. At first I was not sure, but as time grew on I started to panic. There was always a kind of magnetic pull coming from the vampire hideout, and I probably would have gone in anyway. So I gave in and went, determined to find out if I was becoming a vampire. Instead of a peaceful meeting, they attacked me. Because I drank vampire blood when I was turned into a rat, I was at the halfway point of becoming a vampire, so since they drank my blood while attacking me, I had to do the whole vampire ceremony thingy and then I would be fully turned.
What do you think of Clary and Jace?
Ever since we were kids, I admired her. Wherever she went, I went. If I could have a pair of bow tie, it would be her. I am not disappointed she does not feel the same way. I always knew she would never like me like that. I am just upset that she was not honest with me. She could have just said something and I would have backed off, but she did not, even though she likes Jace. I mean, it is kind of weird that she likes her brother, but I do not really think they're siblings. For Clary, I hope things work out for them.
How are you going to tell your mom you're a vampire?
Well, in all honesty, I am not looking forward to it one bit. My family is extremely religious, due to me being Jewish, and I'm expecting the worst. If I had my way, I wouldn't tell her at all. But I know Clary, and when she wants something to happen, she'll make sure it happens, even if it ends up being a disaster. For the time being though, I am in no rush and I'll try to hide the clues as much as I can. It helps that I'm a daylighter.
What do you think a daylighter is?
A daylighter is a vampire who can withstand the light without crumbling to dust. They are pretty rare and I'm the first one to pop up in a long time. People still don't know how they came to be. Unfortunately, This makes the situation extremely mysterious and unsettling for a lot of people, making them think it'd be a better idea if I was gone. I'm not really sure how I became a vampire either. Clary thinks it's because I drank Jace's blood, but I'm not sure. I'm not enjoying being a vampire.
What do you think of Jace giving you his blood?
From the time I have spent with Jace, I can confidently say that he has a death wish. That's really the only reason as to why you would give a hungry and dying vampire your blood. He's lucky I stopped before I drained him out. It's not one of my finest memories, it was actually pretty scary. It was my first time drinking human blood rather than animal blood, and I'm ashamed to say that it tastes much better. Hopefully it won't have to happen again though.
I have really enjoyed reading The City of Ashes. If you like to read fantasy books, I recommend this book to you. The author, Cassandra Clare, created a whole new world with only pen and paper. She also works with Cassandra Jean, who does amazing artwork for her series. There are 6 books in total for the Mortal Instrument series, and all of them are adventurous and funny. Her other books in the Shadowhunter Chronicles are really interesting too. Cassandra Clare is one of my favorite authors.